Hey guys, I know I don't do videos very much anymore, but life has been extremely shitty for, I don't know, about 41 years now, so I didn't feel like doing videos for a while. I did want to do one on politics because I just lost my best friend of 27 years not because we had a disagreement about politics, we didn't even get to that point. He said, get out there and vote, make a difference, and we're in Canada, I'm not even talking about the States politics. And I said, I don't believe the system works, and then he started personally attacking me, so we fucking went at it for like 24 hours. And I am not politically educated. I'm just going based on what I've heard in the news and what I've seen and what my own experience has been. I've never fucking voted. And someone says, well, then you don't get to have a say. Actually, my say is not voting because I don't believe in the fucking system. So if ever all these posts keep coming up, get out there, make a difference, vote, register, blah, blah, blah. A perfect example of how you can pop that little balloon is you just go back to the last election in the States. You had Trump and you had Hillary. So if everyone voted, you're still getting Trump or Hillary. That's not a solution. That's not progress. You've seen what Trump has done. I don't know. To me, the economy's okay. There's no major wars right now. Well, if there are, I don't know about them. But I mean, I always heard if Hillary got in, she'd want to immediately go start another war because, there's a lot of countries that have a lot of resources that could be taken. So, yes, Trump is stupid. He's an asshole. There's nothing big enough on this planet to fill his ego. But at least he's not just a normal politician. Is it worse to have somebody who doesn't know what they're doing? You know what? Doesn't look like it. Looks about the same to me. Except we're not, starting a new war with somebody else. And I say we because, we're just basically, the U.S. has had. I don't consider a lot of Canadian stuff even worth talking about because it's just on such a tiny scale it doesn't matter. So, I hear everyone saying, well, I'm going to vote for the Green Party because all this, I really hope this environmentalism stuff really kicks off. I hope this is not going to be like that Wall Street shit where nothing happened. But it looks like something is changing, finally. So, I hear people saying I'm going to vote for the Green Party. Well, if you think about it, you have your two major parties. In Canada, it's a little different. It's not Democrat and Republic. It's conservative and liberal. But then there's other smaller parties too. Like there's the Bloc Québécois, there's the Green Party, whatever. So picture this: if everyone got on the same page and all decided, let's go vote for the Green Party, and the Green Party got a lot of power. Here's what would happen: major corporations would then buy them out and get in there, fucking line their pockets with money, and they would become just as corrupt as any other political party. Guys, I don't understand. This shit has been going on every 4 years. Every 4 years, we forget the last election. We completely forget. We go, sparkling new candidate, bring him in. He's the president. He's the mayor. 4 years go by. We fucking hate the guy. Get a new one in. It's the same thing over and over. Maybe JFK, had he lived, who knows what he would have done. Jack Layton was a Canadian politician, and he died of pancreatic cancer or something. Seemed like he was a fucking really good on the up and up kind of guy. But he died, so we'll never know. That would have been the only person I would vote for. So politics to me is a broken system where everything is so deadlocked, you can't move the ball an inch in any direction. You just pick a side, fling shit at the other side. This is what politics is. Because there is no debating, because both sides are right and both sides are wrong. And to me, there shouldn't even be two sides. There should be what works for everybody in the country. How about instead of having issues over guns and abortion and gay marriage, gay marriage not so much, let everyone just decide for themselves. Problem solved. You don't want to have an abortion? You don't have to have an abortion. That's great. I want to have one? I'm going to go have one. You can't tell me what to do. And this whole fucking voting, say 51% love a candidate, 49 don't. Well, 51 is just controlling 49% of the country. Another point. Now, my buddy that I'm not friends with anymore because I'm at a point in my life if somebody's going to if we had a disagreement, I could totally live with that. He personally attacked me. He was saying, you came to my dance floor and you tried to throw shit everywhere and I threw it in your face and I'm just telling you how it is and you need tough love. No, I don't need tough love. Politics is no different than any other. We can have a debate about politics. We can have a debate about movies, about morality, about fucking science, anything. But there was no debate because this asshole didn't listen to a fucking word I said. And yes, I know I'm not politically savvy. But like I said, I've been on the planet. I have a pair of eyes that work. I have observed patterns that have repeated over and over. And I know just how some people say I don't find any answers in the Bible, in the Torah, or whatever. There's no answers in politics. So He said, basically, you know, like, I'm stupid, I don't have a right to say anything, so here's what I am going to do. Go get educated on politics, find out how much I hate the system even more, and then be able to perfectly articulate why the system's broken. I know it's broken. It's like a truck that doesn't work. He's like, well, you don't know how the carburetor works? I'm like, it doesn't work. Do you know how the spark plug works? No, I have no fucking idea, but I know the truck doesn't work. That's politics. There's no solution because they set this game up that they are the only ones that will win. The rich will win, and the rest of us basically have to beg for scraps. So, another thing that annoys me is, yes, okay, I get off track. I'm hungover today. My buddy is very well educated in politics, right? I'm not saying he's stupid. He's well read. But what he says, I'm going to go out there and vote. And he doesn't realize a guy with a 78 IQ who fucking makes fries all day has the same voting power as he does. A guy with no education, doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just, I don't know, I'm told I should vote, I guess. Flip a coin. This is where the political system is fucking stupid. So, it doesn't change for many reasons. Well, it's corporations own everything. But also because, like, the rich, like, they get money from us. We don't give them our taxes. They take our taxes. That's a tick drinking blood. And that tick knows more blood is coming no matter what. So they can just, you know, spend fucking hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars on shit that we don't need. Like, oh, let's just buy $20 billion in fucking fighter jets. That's when Harper was in office. For what? To defend Canada against what? You cannot invade industrialized nations. And I know there's exceptions, of course. But I mean, you know, like, Mexico's not going to invade the States. Fucking Germany's not going to invade France. This shit doesn't happen. You know, Russia once in a while will pull some sneaky shit, but that's where there's less control. Like, we can't stop them from doing it. So, the whole fucking thing, I know I just keep stumbling here because I'm trying to fucking get all my points out. If I decided to vote, who would I vote for? Everyone's telling me you can't vote for Trudeau because of reason. Well, you can't vote for Scheer because of reason. So you can't vote. Like, all candidates suck. Basically, you're weighing your options to pick the absolute least of the two evils. And to me, that's not a system. That doesn't work. I don't even think we should have a fucking president or a prime minister. How does one guy decide, okay, well, we think Canada should now get into, I don't know, just pick a thing. Like, we're going to get into maple syrup production. What we should do is nobody has that kind of power, because as soon as you have that kind of power can instantly be manipulated, and, you know, they can do whatever the fuck they want with it. What should happen is there should just be a set of rules for everybody. We cut all politicians, cut them all. Take their fucking salaries, put it back in the economy. There's a big fucking boost. No more Senate, no more arguing about things. What we do is we focus on every country in the world, and if they have a good solution to something, we implement it. That's it. It's not fucking hard. No more red tape. You know, our roads suck. Well, you know, if you're in New Brunswick, you don't pay a lot of taxes, so you don't get a lot of tax. Like, they're Canada's roads. Canada's, like, fuck. Enough of this provincial and fucking, I can't even think of the word right now. Countrywide fucking laws. One set of everything for everybody. I mean, it's a giant pool. The more money you put in a pool, like, say if you're going to fix, you're going to buy, like, one thing. You pay a lot for it. Say if you buy a lot of things, you get discounts, like, it gets cheaper. We should have a system where everything is taken care of like that. Like, almost like the government takes care of certain things in life, and it seems to work better. Some things, not so much. But figure out a way to make sure every fucking person who is working has a roof over their head, has enough food to survive, and if you don't want to work any more than 40 hours a week, or even maybe, like, I can probably get by on part-time because I live really close to my work, but every single human should not struggle. And then from there, once every person is able to at least have a basic life, then we move into, if you want to work harder and get ahead, cool. If you want to work hard and get rich, I don't think anything should happen to the rich. The rich can stay rich. But those really, really, really rich motherfuckers that have billions of dollars, I don't see why they don't just give a couple mil. Help something, somewhere. I mean, fuck, if you have $10 billion and you spend $20 million helping out your city, how do you lose? So we're all so fucking selfish, and money is the worst thing on the fucking planet. And then on top of that, you add politics into the mix. It's just, money needs to be taken out of politics, but I personally think politics should be taken out of politics. I mean, just like I said, 27-year friendship gone because I wouldn't take his shit. Like he was personally attacking me just because I said, and not because I said you're stupid if you vote or you're not making a difference. All I said was, I just don't believe in the system. Period. So yeah, politics are, it's what holds us behind. I'm sure without oil controlling everything and slowing progress, that's why this environmental thing I think is so important right now. Conspiracy theory, and I'm just going to explain what I think. September 11th really did happen. It wasn't a fucking hologram. There really was a plane that flew into a building. And I'm not going to say that, you know, the U.S. fucking flew a plane into their own building, but what I am going to say is I think they knew it was coming and let it happen, because if you let it happen, then you can start a war over there, go collect all the oil. The first thing that happened on the news, we got the oil fields, boys. Woo, hands raised. Guess what happened to our oil prices immediately after that? So if we're controlling the oil and there's less stability because there's, you know, we own it, why are we paying almost twice as much for oil? So I think this, you know, September 11th is a tragedy. I'm not saying, you know, people didn't die, like that kind of thing. But what I am saying, I think there's a lot of bullshit that goes on behind the scenes that nobody knows, or a few people know. So I think they realized oil is going to be off the table in 15, 20 years. And that whole thing was a giant cash grab. That war in Iraq, fucking, what's his name, owns Halliburton, that Dick Cheney piece of shit, just made fucking scads of money. Like, that's not a conflict of interest. So, because they know oil is gonna change. It's gonna come to an end soon. Not because we're not gonna have it, but because there's gonna be cheaper ways to do it. It's eventually gonna happen. And I think this whole fucking movement that's happening is hopefully the death of oil. I want to see oil gone. We should have electric cars. We should have electric airplanes. Everything should be fucking electric, high-tech, renewable, all that shit. And I think, personally, politics hold us all back because they do not change. Like, we don't elect somebody for change. We elect somebody to keep us in the exact same position. It's exactly like politicians are the best NHL players in the world, and they're like, come play a game with us. And I'm just an accountant who has skated a few times. Yeah, come play hockey with us. Yeah, the game's not rigged. You're right. It's fucking ridiculous that anybody doesn't know. It's like, if you want to vote because you think it makes a difference, I mean, go for it. But all you got to do is look at your previous track record. If you voted 20 times over the elections and you've noticed taxes have only gone up, there's programs cut, fucking nature gets, bans get repealed on things, you find nature is getting chopped down even faster, like they're taking protection off of, you might be making a difference in one way, but the politicians are always going to win. So it doesn't fucking matter. They're not going to put a candidate in a position to get in any real power who's not already bought and paid for it. They would never do that. You're not going to elect some brand new hotshot politician who's going to fucking skyrocket to the top, and all of a sudden the rich are paying a lot more taxes, the poor are getting benefits. It's never happened. The only time they give a shit is when we fucking riot and take it, which I think we should do more often. Anyway, politics is just a fucking dead-end street, and eventually we'll get rid of it because there is a one way to do things that is the best way, where there's no two sides to everything. It's just what's best for us, for humanity. Like, there's one way to do it. There really is one fucking way. All this bickering back and forth, all this shit-talking, smear campaigns, releasing a photo of fucking... I'm not a fan of our Prime Minister, but him getting the fucking blackface photo right before an election... Yeah, that's not a sneaky political move or anything. Like, somebody wasn't hanging onto that, just jerking their dick, like, oh, I can't wait to release this. You know, it's just... I'm scattered all over the place, guys, but, you know, it's... Politics fucking... They just... I wish we didn't have them. If I was Thanos, I'd snap my fingers. I'd get rid of the entire government, and we'd start from scratch. Get rid of everybody, start from scratch. No one's glad-handing, like, no rich old guys are keeping, you know, old rich guys in the fucking, in power, all that kind of shit. Start brand fucking new. I think it's the only way. We gotta take off from orbit and nuke the whole site. It's the only way to be sure.